We're talking about Dungeonborne. This game has been making waves, and we're here to find out if it's worth your time. We'll look at the gameplay, mechanics, and overall experience to see what sets Dungeonborne apart from the crowd. Let's get into it. First off, Dungeonborne stands out with its high level of polish and fluidity. If you've played Dark and Darker, you'll notice the difference right away. While Dark and Darker has a clunky, old-school feel, Dungeonborne offers a more streamlined, modern gameplay experience. The mechanics are smoother, the controls are snappier, and there are quality-of-life features that make the game more enjoyable. For example, you can swap items by placing them on top of each other in the menu, which is a small but super helpful feature. Another neat feature is the shared gold count system. In Dungeonborne, you don't have to carry gold coins around or trade bags between players. All the gold you collect is shared, which makes managing your loot a lot easier and more efficient. One of the key differences between Dungeonborne and Dark and Darker is the class design. In Dungeonborne, each class has fixed abilities that can't be changed or swapped. The game focuses on gear-based passives that activate when specific stat thresholds are reached. This makes for a simpler and more straightforward class system, leaving room for the introduction of more classes in the future. On the flip side, Dark and Darker offers more customization options, letting players choose their abilities and passives from a large list. This opens up different playstyles and builds within Dark and Darker, so it really depends on what kind of customization you prefer. In Dungeonborne, you choose your ideal class to suit a specific playstyle and customize your character's appearance. The character customization process isn't the most in-depth, but it gets the job done. Dungeonborne has a streamlined auction house system that offers a simplified trading experience compared to a traditional auction house. You can quickly find the exact item you need based on prices set by other players. The system includes both a buyout trade option and a pure bid system, giving you flexibility and convenience. The buyout trade option allows you to quickly purchase items without haggling or negotiating. The pure bid system, on the other hand, functions more like a traditional bidding system, letting you compete for specific items and potentially get them at a lower price. When it comes to PvE, Dungeonborne offers a more intricate and challenging experience compared to Dark and Darker. The enemies are more aggressive, with complex attack chains and a variety of attack patterns. Bosses and mini-bosses have multiple phases and unique abilities, making each encounter diverse and engaging. This increased difficulty adds depth to the PvE aspect, but also poses a challenge in PvP encounters. You have to consider the presence of aggressive PvE enemies while engaging in PvP combat, as it can significantly impact the outcome of the battle. Loot in Dungeonborne rolls random affixes, similar to Dark and Darker, but it plays around with it more, promoting diversity with set bonuses and unique skills. Set bonuses can range from aggression-focused to fun, meme builds. You can also modify some gear at the blacksmith in-game to add or change affixes. Dungeonborne adopts a seasonal system similar to Diablo and Path of Exile. Instead of traditional wipes where every player starts from scratch, players can opt into new content seasons to start fresh. But their characters on the Eternal server are never wiped. This offers a nice balance between starting fresh and retaining your progress. Attacking specific spots or limbs of enemies will cause damage to that specific part, and disabling parts of enemies will change their attacks. This adds a layer of strategy to combat, making each encounter more dynamic and engaging. Dark and Darker is rumored to have an arena mode soon, but Dungeonborne already has one. In the last playtest, players in the arena could choose from a large collection of provided items before the match started and then battle it out in teams of up to 3. Dungeonborne allows players to enter dungeons as a member of the Mithril Order faction, similar to Scavs in Tarkov. You can choose from one of 3 archetypes with different skills and a preset gear set, and try to extract like in the normal game alongside standard players. Earning reputation towards the Order means better gear for the archetypes, but Mithril Order players can't fully extract any gear they find. Instead, it's automatically liquidated into gold or crafting materials. This mode offers an easygoing way to build gold and crafting materials without worrying about losing equipment. Heirlooms are another feature designed to reduce the fear of losing all your equipment in the dungeon. By using crafting materials from dismantling found equipment, you can unlock the item you desire and craft it cheaply whenever you like, choosing the main attributes you want. There are 39 types of heirloom equipment split into 3 categories: weapons, armor, and accessories, and you can use only one item from each category at a time. Wearing 3 heirlooms is an easy way to get back into the dungeon with the stats you want. especially since stats unlock passive skills in Dungeonborne, but they won't be better than the quality gear you can find. You can loot and use heirlooms from other players, but you can't sell them on the auction house. Dungeonborne has a tutorial, which is always a plus. The game rewards skilled gameplay, like timing blocks, but unlike Dark and Darker, it doesn't require blocks to be aimed at where the blow is coming from. This, along with other little gameplay differences, makes it easier for new players to get into the game while still providing a challenge to master. The combat in Dungeonborne is more arcade-like, making it more accessible and enjoyable. There are two main dungeons, Cluzo Castle and Sinner's End. Both can be entered solo or as a group of up to 3, with separate queues. Sinner's End has a level 2 that can be entered instead of escaping, which has higher risks and rewards. Both dungeons have a boss you can choose to engage. Sinner's End also features the traditional extraction game Storm Circle, where the viable playing area shrinks over time, but Cluzo Castle does not. So, is Dungeonborne worth playing? With its polished gameplay, smooth mechanics, and user-friendly features, it stands out as a modern, enjoyable dungeon crawler. The class design, trading system, and intricate PvE and PvP experiences offer a balanced and engaging game. The seasonal system and features like heirlooms and the Mithril Order make it accessible to new players while providing depth for veterans. If you're looking for a fresh and exciting dungeon crawler, give Dungeonborne a try. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more reviews and gaming content. See you next time!